Florida. Tell me more about your home and how that's contributed in making you who you are.
Well, I'm from Orlando, Florida, West Orlando. I was born and raised there. Pretty known to be a rough area, but growing up, I was much into sports. I had a good head on my shoulders. My parents made sure I didn't get involved in any of, the street life in Orlando. So I just was into sports growing up, but I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Sure. So you must have had some friends that were rivals at times, but also friends. How did the people you grew up around impact who you become as an athlete?
Well, I think I did a pretty good job of picking the right crowd to hang around. Like I said, most of the kids I hung around were athletes. So competing with them growing up, all of us played Pot Warner football together, and then we started competing against each other in high school. So a lot of my friends were into sports, so I never had any friends who were into the gang and the violence and all that stuff. So
sure. One of those friends is Jarrell Miller.
Yep.
You've told me a little bit about him. Tell the Bucs fans a little bit more about your relationship with Jarrell and how he contributed to you ending up here.
Jarrell, that's my boy, man. I know Jarrell since I was 3 years old. We played Pot Warner football together. As a kid, Jarrell, he's always been big. So Pot Warner football, we had a weight limit for our football team. So I used to make fun of him all the time because he would always struggle with making weight for the game. And all week during practice, he would wear, a trash bag to help him lose weight. His mom wouldn't feed him the night before the game, and we would weigh in for the game. He would barely make weight, and after weigh-in, his mom would bring him 2 big cheeseburgers with cheese fries. He used to eat it all the time before the game, and I used to make fun of him for eating it before the game, but he was just so hungry because he hadn't ate. So that's just, but that's my boy though, man. We've been pushing each other since we were young. Everybody, when they see us in practice, even to today, when we're going at it, we're arguing all the time, pushing each other. People think we don't like each other, but that's my boy, man. That's my best friend.
So you and Jarrell, good friends growing up. Jarrell Cheeseburger Miller. So you guys eventually grew older. You separate. You didn't play the same high school or college together. Fill in the space a little bit. Tell me about how you went the direction where you went.
Well, in high school, I went to Bishop Mark High School. It was a Catholic school. All of my friends went to public school, so that was kind of different for me. It was a different environment. But I had a lot of success there. And then from there, I went to junior college. I went to Fullerton College in California. I played there for 2 years. I was a junior college All-American there. And then from there, I went to Utah State, where I played there for 2 years. Had some success there as well. And then leading up to the draft, I had spoke with a couple teams, NFL teams going into the draft, and I just didn't get that look. And Jarrell ended up going into camp with the Minnesota Vikings and, on a tryout basis, and they ended up, not signing him. So throughout that whole process, me and him, we was together almost every day, just really talking about our dreams and our aspirations and what we wanted to do in life. And he came up here. He told me he was coming back up here to work, and I guess Coach Davis called him. He got the opportunity to play with the Bismarck Bucks, and after a couple weeks of being with the team, he called me and told me, like, hey man, it's a really good opportunity for both of us. It could really open some doors for us, and I trusted him. I believed him, and I came out, and now I'm a Buck.
Running the football, carrying a ball for you seems almost as natural as celebrating once you get into the end zone. What goes through your mind as you're preparing, walking into the end zone? What happens next? What's the sequence of events that gets you to some of the celebrations that we see?
Most of the time when I walk into the end zone, I already have my celebration made up in my head already. After the games on Saturdays, I'm already planning my next celebration for the next week. I think celebrating is a big thing for me. I love celebrating. I love going out there having fun, and I love entertaining the fans. So I love to celebrate. So every time I get in the end zone, I already know what I'm going to do.
And it's a lot more fun to celebrate after a touchdown when you win the game, right? So the Bucs are gaining some momentum here. We've put a few wins back to back. So now moving forward, we've got to find a way to duplicate that success. How do you think these next few weeks will go, and what will it take to help us be successful?
I think we just can't be complacent. I think we just got to continue to get better each and every day in practice. Continue to, stay on each other, make sure hold each other accountable. I think that's the biggest thing. I think if we continue to hold each other accountable and continue to keep working hard, grinding every day in practice, I think we'll continue to be successful.
So you've been here for a few months now as a Buck. Had some memories off the field, but also some good ones on the field. Couple big plays you've made so far. What are some of the more memorable plays that you'll always remember?
Well, first I think the big one is the kick return. I think I remember that one just because of the fact that we had a return one all season, and Coach Davis, he had a big emphasis on that. He wanted us to, change things in the special teams. And the other part of it was the touchdown celebration. I was excited about that. I was thinking about that all week. So I was excited to be able to do that one. And then another play would probably just be this past week, the pass that I caught. And I was able to fight for like 15 extra yards to get in the end zone. But my best part about the play was how all of my teammates was just trying to help push me into the end zone. Trey Boone made a big play by helping block on that play. It's just a couple guys helped me get into the end zone on that play. So.
And that kind of hits on, we have great team chemistry. We have great chemistry on the field. Guys working together, working hard together on the field through practice. But we also have good chemistry off the field. Tell me about the relationships that you're building with some of your teammates and that you see the team building together.
Yeah, I've built some great relationships through my time here. Jonathan Bang, of course, the quarterback, we live together, so I kind of joke around with him all the time, daily. I joke around with a lot of the guys. I may annoy him sometime, but I'm a happy dude. I like making jokes all the time. So I love the team, man. I think we got some great chemistry. The relationships that I built are different because we got guys that from Hawaii, dudes from Florida, dudes from Texas. So we got dudes from everywhere, and I always enjoy seeing different kind of personalities.
So you have some people in your family that's impacted you in a lot of different ways. In some ways, football as well. But your father had a good career with football. Tell me more about how that has inspired you to be a professional football player.
I think it inspired me a lot, just because of the fact, he played in the NFL. So those were some dreams of mine just from the beginning of the first day I picked up a football. And I think when you have a parent who's played in the NFL, I think it kind of makes the dream kind of, don't want to say more realistic, but you feel like it's more realistic just because you know somebody who's played in the NFL. You know somebody who played at every level. So I think that just was a big part of my motivation. It helped me believe that I know that I can play at that level, knowing that my dad played, and just watching him play. And I try to, pattern my game after his game. I try to do all the same things my dad did, and also my brother as well. My family, I feel like I got one of the best families there on the planet, man. Everybody in my family, we're all close. Me, my brother, my sister, my dad, my mom. I probably got the coolest parents ever, man. My dad, he always took the football aspect of it. He always made sure I was doing the right things on the football field. Helped me train, helped me, if it was something that I wasn't good at on the football field, he would help me, coach me through it and help me get better at it. My mom, on the other hand, she stayed on top of me with schoolwork, making sure I'm doing the right things in the classroom. And my brother and my sister, those was my wing partners, so they was there through everything. So I think my family had a huge impact on everything that I've done up to this point. I wouldn't be here without them, definitely.